Hello, everyone. My name is Robert Gregory, and I'm the Public Affairs Director with the Australian Jewish Association. In light of the news coming out of Ukraine, AJA wanted to reach out and bring you this report about what's really going on in Ukraine. There are many Jews with a Ukrainian or Russian background in Australia, and many are members of the AJA. My own fiance, half her family was born in Ukraine and half in Russia. I'm here with Rabbi Moshe Moskowitz, Chief Rabbi of Kharkov, and his wife Miriam, who's from Sydney in Australia. And for those that don't know, Kharkov is a city in northeast Ukraine, very close to the Russian border. So, Rabbi and Rebbitzin, I wanted to thank you for joining us at this very distressing time. We appreciate it. Could you please tell us a bit about what's going on in Ukraine, what's going on in your city, and what the atmosphere is like?
Well, Kharkov is the second city in the Ukraine after Kiev. Used to be the first capital, and there's a very big Jewish community. It's a very large population. We live in the border with Russia. On one hand is Belgorod, and the other, which is the Russian border. From our house, it's 40 minutes by car. And on the other side now, it's Donetsk and Lugansk, which were taken over yesterday by Russia. Or Russia, they recognize it as a country. The mood in the city is pretty good. Life continues. Like on one hand, you see what the news are saying, that things are starting, the war is starting right away. On the other hand, life continues as usual. People are in the streets, the schools are working, the kindergarten, the shopping centers, the restaurants, everything is like life as usual. But after yesterday's news that Russia recognized the Lugansk and Donetsk, so things are much more tense. People are starting to feel that the invasion from the Russians is something that could really happen. So we as Jewish leaders of the community are trying to, first of all, to keep people calm, that there shouldn't be any panic, because panic doesn't help. And we try to give spiritual guidance to everybody. On one hand, we're trying to give also material guidance with physical help, like packages for people, and the community is open, the synagogue is working, and people feel like, we are together with them. We didn't leave, we are staying here with them till the end, and we're hoping that the outcome is going to be good and positive.
Thank you for that. You've really described it for us. Now, there's conflicting numbers of Jews in Ukraine, and the estimates we've seen 40,000, 200,000. Could you tell us a bit about the Jews in Ukraine, the Jews in your city? I understand the previous mayor was Jewish, so tell us a bit about Jewish life in Ukraine.
Jewish life in the Ukraine, it's pretty active. There are big Jewish communities. There's a big community in Kiev, there's a big community in Kharkov, there's in Dnipro, in Odessa, and there used to be one in Donetsk and in Lugansk. But the Jewish life is very active. To estimate how many Jews live here, it's very hard to know, because there's no, people don't write themselves anywhere about whether the Jewish or not. But there's an estimate, for example, in Kharkov, over 25,000 Jews. And in the Ukraine, I would say it's close to the number to 200,000, that there are many people who are Jewish, but they don't identify it, or they don't subscribe themselves anywhere specifically about the Jewishness. But the community is very active, and people are around. A lot of people made Aliyah. Like we came 1990, when the Rebbe sent us 1990, so the estimate in Kharkov was over 50,000 Jews. Through all these years, many people left, and new people come, and we are here, basically we are here not only to build the Jewish community, we are here to help everyone, any help that they need. For those who want to make Aliyah, we help them with Aliyah. For those who want to stay here, so we make them a home to stay here till all the Jewish people are going to leave from exile. So basically, it's a very strong Jewish community, very active Jewish community. The mayor in Kharkov, the one who passed away over a year ago, Mr. Kernes, he was Jewish. Not only he was Jewish, he was known as a Jew, and he was voted in few times. So that shows like the tolerance of the people in the city, that they're ready to vote in a Jewish mayor, and he helped a lot the Jewish community. There's a new mayor now, Mr. Terechov, which is also very close to the community. He helps whatever he can. He actually was in we had a wedding a few weeks ago, and he came to the chuppah to say Mazel Tov, which over here it's a very big thing, and that shows the local people that they have to get together and they have to be friendly with the Jewish community. We have a beautiful synagogue, which is part of these tours of schools and universities in the city. They always come to the synagogue to see about the Jewish community, and we try our best to make sure be peace between everybody.
That's beautiful. I wanted to ask you, we've seen reports about some immigration to Israel. A flight of 75 Ukrainian Jews arrived yesterday. Obviously, these numbers are very small compared to, saying 200,000 Jews in Ukraine. Are we likely to see an increase in Aliyah, do you think, or steady?
I'm sure the Aliyah is going to go higher. I'm sure everybody has, all Jewish people here, they have it on their mind, like in the back of their mind, and they know the possibility to go to Israel. And I believe they're going to use it much more now because of the current situation. On the other hand, you have to understand, like any other kinds of communities all over the world, it's not so easy to go. It's not so easy to go. People have apartments, people have homes, people have schools, they have friends, they have cemeteries they don't want to leave behind, the graves of their parents or the grandparents. So, each one is a separate case. And also, it's not so easy to immigrate. You have to go through the procedure to how to go, and but I think it's going to increase. We always believe a strong Jewish community, a strong local Jewish community is a strong Aliyah. As the community gets stronger, people come more to the shul, to the synagogue, to the schools, then there is more Aliyah. But I think much more people are going to start going, not as much and as fast as the numbers says in the newspapers, but they're going to start, going more towards Israel.
And what advice are you giving your community? Are people coming to you for help in different things?
Well, the first thing we tell them not to panic. Doesn't help, not to lose hope. I tell the people, instead of looking at the news the whole day, take some time, do a good deed, help somebody else, say a prayer, do something good. That's the first advice. People do not come to us to ask us whether they should go to Israel or not. Everybody knows exactly their possibilities about going to Israel. What we do tell the people is that we are here. As long as anybody's going to be here, we're going to stay here with you. Basically, they're not staying because of us, we are staying for them. And we hope that soon we're all going to go to Jerusalem.
And what can Jews in Australia do to help?
Maybe you.
What could Jews in Australia? First of all, as my husband said, praying for us. That's something that all Jews all over the world, thinking of others, thinking, that's at this time, there was possibilities of different scenarios of what's going to happen. I think now we're all understand when we need a miracle that everything should work out in the best way. So definitely everybody's prayers. There is also, practically speaking, God forbid, if there will be, that if there is going to be any war or anything over here, so then we're also talking about, we're complicating the situation. We're talking about needing generators so that, obviously a lot of people will come. Everyone in the community knows that if anything happens, everybody's going to be coming to the synagogue. So we're going to need food packages for people. We're going to need a generator if we lose electricity. We're going to need, all those kind of things. So it's obviously, financial support, spiritual support, and everybody's prayers. We're very, very touched that everybody all over the world is, calling. I've had messages from people like, hi, you don't know me. I live in Jerusalem. If you want to have a big apartment, you can come with all your kids to move in. Thank God I have 12 kids. Some of them are all over the world. Some of them are here with me. My oldest son is here with 4 of his grandchildren, also here in Kharkov. So, I think it's encouraging to the community to know we're here, and it's encouraging for everybody all the rabbis that are here and are staying here to know that even as far away as in Australia, there are the Jewish communities thinking of us. So, just the fact that you're worried about us is already very encouraging.
Is there a website or social media where people can find you?
Yes, we have our Facebook is Facebook Jewish Kharkov, JEWISHKHARKOV, Jewish Kharkov. Over there's also, if anybody would like to find out more about Kharkov or would like to support the work that we're doing here. And we really, really hope this is all going to end up in a miraculously way. You know, we're having Purim coming up in another few weeks. We're ready to have a Purim miracle already now.
Amen. Yeah, we really appreciate you joining us, giving your time, and you know, all of us here, we're praying for a safe and speedy resolution of this. So I just want to thank you both. I also want to thank Rabbi Ullman for setting this up, for passing on your contacts. And
he's Rabbi Ullman. He calls me the whole time, and he's worried about our situation. Besides my in-laws and all of my family in Australia, Rabbi Ullman always is in touch to see what's going on. So thank you also, Rabbi Ullman.